Hi y'all, welcome. Today I'm going to be planting some nasturtium seeds. They grow pretty easy in my area. I'm in El Paso, Texas, so in 8A. But this year I wanted to start them early because I want them in my vegetable garden. So I wanted to start them earlier so they could deter pests. I want them as companion plants for my vegetables. So I got these like at a big box store. First I'm going to put hot water in some of this seed starting mix. I got this at the big box store also. I don't remember how much, it wasn't that much. And I'm gonna put the nasturtiums here. And the hot water is supposed to help with gnats, so it kills fungus gnats. It's supposed to, but I did this for my peppers and I still see gnats. But I have gnats in my house because not a lot of gnats, but I do have them because I have tons and tons of plants. So I'll use those little yellow strips. Those help out.
The seeds are pretty big and I planted them about an inch into the soil. I planted one or two per tray and set them in the sunny spot of my kitchen. I sowed the seeds on January 31st and 16 days later, this is what they're looking like. One of the cells didn't sprout. One of the cells had two nasturtiums growing, so I decided to separate them gently. Did you catch that I finally said it correctly? Look at these healthy roots! I added these two into my pot right here because I wanted to have the ability to move them. And though it's not necessary, I did add a little bit of my fertilizer, which consists of fish and kelp. And come April 3rd, they were looking well, but toward the end of April, they started looking pretty wonky. So I decided to transplant them right here, but back to that later. Same day I transplanted the ones in the pot. I transplanted these here on this side of my garden, which gets a little sun, maybe a couple hours a day. And again, I added fertilizer, but it's not necessary because nasturtiums actually grow well in poor soil, and fertilizer might actually keep them from flowering. But I had to read about this later, and I had already done it, so it's fine. They're growing really nicely. And on this side of my garden, I also put some on the same day. But by April 28th, this one had a flower growing already. And it already has some kind of bug eating it, which is the main reason which I grew them was as a trap crop. So attracting the bugs to them instead of them being on my vegetables. So this is working perfectly. This is what I wanted them for. I transplanted the ones that were in a pot into the ground. And I also directly planted some seeds just to see how fast they would grow. And here's my conclusion. If you want your plants to be bigger and faster, plant them indoors 6 weeks prior to your last frost date. But if you're fine waiting, just plant the seed directly into any kind of dirt, as this seed isn't fussy at all. And as per my experience, don't plant in a pot. Well, at least I won't be. Here's the one I planted directly from seed, and they're already coming out. No hassle, no fuss, pretty easy flower.